Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VCT Game Changers Academy April. My name is Grammy and joining me here at the desk today is Datum. How are you feeling?
I'm really excited. We got Game Changers Academy back, Grammy. It's my first time casting with you this year. It has been half a year, but it took so long for us to cast again together. And of course, I'm really stoked to be back here in Academy. This is where we get to witness a lot of talent being born and being nurtured into the players and the stars that we know today in Game Changers. I'm super excited to showcase what we have for you guys today. We have a ton of new players, a ton of new teams, and three maps, three games to show to you today.
Yeah, that's right. And the first matchup is gonna be between Crazy Girls and NOBEAT here. But before we get into that, let's talk about the prize pool
Mm,
real quick. The total prize pool is gonna be 500 USD. The breakdown: first place gonna get 250 USD, second gonna get 150, third with 70, and the fourth place will be walking away with 30 USD. And that's quite a bit of money at play here. And I think all these teams they have the intention to go in with all that they have to try and win it
of
all for their
course.
team.
Yeah, go all in. Give it everything that they've got. I mean, more than the prize pool that we have, the sort of goal here for these players is to sort of make them grow, right? They get them accustomed to the professional scene. For those of you who don't know, Game Changers Academy is limited to Plat 3 and below in terms of rank. So these players, they have relatively less experience in the competitive scene than our tier 1 tier 2 players already have, and this is a very good introduction to them into what it's like on the other side, right? And it's where we get to witness new stars like being discovered sort of, and before they get picked up by other teams and established organizations. And that's really what it's more about, more than the prize pool, right? But of course, we're ready with the first game of the day. You did say it's about it's between the team No Beat versus Crazy Girls, but let's talk about the bracket and how we got to this point. First, we will be showcasing three matches for today, but I've got to tell you, Grammy, there is a ton of talented players that we have this day.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, you talked about how the academy is supposed to be for newer players in
Mm.
coming into the scene to grow, right? And I do see a couple of familiar names coming into this tournament on the side of Crazy Girls itself. I think we've seen them in the past academy before, but they have changed
Oh,
their team name. Yeah, first matchup gonna be between Crazy Girls and No Beat in the upper bracket here. A couple of teams eliminated in yesterday's matches, but we are here now and we are ready. We do have the map veto as well, and we're gonna be seeing Ascent. How do you feel about that?
Ascent is sort of like a favorite here in APAC, right? I mean, a ton of teams, well, in VCT at least, or even higher, in even international tournaments, have started to draft away from Ascent because everyone's gotten really, really good at Ascent. And I think it's the perfect playing field here for Academy. It's where you get to showcase what you're really good at, and if you're comfortable in a particular map, what you can actually do. And of course, it paves the way for a ton of new compositions, a ton of creativity in sort of compositions. So let's talk about the meta right now, Grammy. Which part of the meta are you the most excited about right now compared to, say, last year, like in December? Because we got new agents, we got Gecko, we got Harbor sort of starting to come in to the meta, and more teams default towards the newer maps like Pearl and Lotus and actually even Split now compared to Ascent. So what part of the meta are you most excited to see about today that our players are going to showcase?
I mean, personally, I want to see a Gecko, but I don't know how likely we'll be able to see
Mm,
that agent in this matchup today because I think Ascent has already a pretty staple meta, which is the KO is definitely a staple pick on Ascent itself, and running the Killjoy in the chamber because of that meta change
true.
is a big thing as well. So a lot of teams on Ascend they're gonna be running Killjoy, and I think we're gonna be seeing these two agents come into play here. But we are gonna be heading into the agent select screen right now, so we can take a look at what these teams have picked.
Let's go. First game of the day, Ascent. And it seems like you're right, Jeremy. We're going to be seeing Killjoys on both sides. What are your thoughts about the change in Killjoy recently? Recently, the Nano Swarm got nerfed, and I think
Mm.
it's just right because Killjoy does provide constant information with the turret anyway. I think the turret is a tad overpowered. Maybe if it had like a maximum amount of time it could be there. So the Nano Swarm nerf definitely I think changed Killjoy for the good. But if
Hmm.
you had to pick in a sense between Killjoy and Cypher, who would you pick?
I mean, I think Killjoy definitely will provide more value
Mm,
than Cypher in a typical matchup. But unless you have like a really good Cypher with all the trip lineups and the Cyber Cage lineups as well, that could be a very, very strong agent for you to play, especially in a matchup like this. But we
true.
are not going to be seeing Cypher here. We're going to be seeing Killjoy instead. And as you mentioned, you did mention that the Killjoy recently got a little bit of a nerf in terms of the nano swarm range. You can now see it or hear it from further away now. But I feel like the sentinels are at a point where instead of needing a nerf, I think some of them rather they need a buff.
Really? Hey, which Sentinel did you have in mind that needed a buff?
I mean,
That's an interesting take. That's a very interesting take, Jeremy.
I feel like Chamber was nerfed
Well,
a little bit too
well,
much,
that's true.
in my opinion.
Chamber is
Like
nowhere to be found.
he's gone. He just Thanos snapped into
Yeah,
nowhere. He's
into
just gone out of the
oblivion.
meta now.
I mean, I agree, but I think Sentinels for the most part are actually pretty powerful right now. I mean, there was a point in our meta where Sentinels couldn't be found anywhere in the meta. It
Mm.
was right before Chamber got released, and it was like a double controller meta. Astra and Vipers was all you could see anywhere, and I definitely do not miss those times because Astra meta is just not my type of gameplay. But I think they're powerful. They're in a pretty good spot right now. Apart from what you said, that is Chamber. Uh, what I do know is that I wish there was more Sentinels in the game. Right? I wish there were more options.
Yeah.
I wish there was someone else you can pick apart from the few Sentinels that we have. I mean, Sage technically I wouldn't necessarily count as a hard sentinel because
Mm.
she sort of doesn't accomplish the same things that a Killjoy or a Cipher or even a Chamber for that matter does. So I think we should definitely be a new sentinel would definitely be welcome here. So Riot, please.
I think okay, here we are. I think
Mm,
the next agent is coming. It might be a sentinel.
perhaps. I hope it would. I hope it is. I hope it is. But here we go. Enough about sentinels. We're ready with the game. In terms of agent select, agent compositions, we do have almost a mirror matchup here. The only difference we're seeing is Sage will be on the side of the Crazy Girls. In replacement of that is going to be a Reyna double duelist for the side of No Beat. And speaking of
Mm.
agents you can pick to showcase your talent, well, we got Reyna here in the side of No Beat.
I mean, that definitely means Nobi. They want to try and fight for this aggressive map control here with the Raze and the Reyna in combination. They have Killjoy, which can kind of lock down one whole side of the map. And it seems like it's going to be an A hit from Crazy Girls. This pistol round already coming through, but the paint shells just denies the space completely for them, and they're all trapped outside. Still coming in though. Bankai trying to do what she can, but Juicer is the one who finds first.
down
The
A.
side take going the way of Crazy Girls.
Overjoy with two massive kills there, and Crazy Girls to warm that site. All four players inside it, nobody playing from main. One flag coming in from Bye Bye, but now Overjoy walking straight into her crosshair. That's a turret down for the count. 2v3. Actually, it's a very doable spot here between her and Minotaur. It's only Jules Savage watching from up above. Barely making that shot connect. 627 to cap off Bye Bye there. That's Crazy Girls with a quick take into A site. A quick first
Oh my
round.
god,
First
nice.
pistol of the game.
What do you think about the new bundle? I
Um,
just saw it.
um, listen. It's good. It's not the best. I like it. I like it enough. You know what I mean?
Player standing.
As a player of Valorant, I'm not really the biggest investor into skins, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
So the new bundle, it's pretty good. It's nice. It's like it's got like some retro game visuals to it and the sounds. I love the sounds. I love the sounds of it. But I think, for example, the Phantom, it looks a little bit too similar to Ion almost. But here we go. It's a bit of a forced buy actually from NOBEAT, which reinforced their defense here in sights. Bankai with a paint shell skill onto Jules Savage. They pinned down the herd
Out for them, no?
perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, it worked perfectly. They denied round
Yeah.
number 2.
It was a great force by coming in from NOBEAT. I don't think that Crazy Girls expected them to go on just invest into that round itself, but they have caught them off guard here. And now coming into the third round itself, Crazy Girls, they don't have the weaponry to try and fight this. They might have to go for a aggressive or unorthodox play coming into this round itself, but I'm not sure what they might be able to achieve here. All they are trying to achieve is to get as many of these weapons off the hands of NOBEAT itself.
Let's see. Simon's taking a much slower approach. And, ooh, Overjoy a little bit too quick on the take there. Against the Spectre, 627 and 8 hand on the board though, so that's 2 kills. That's already 2 guns off of their hands and into the Crazy Girls, into this post plant, Grammy.
Yeah, and once again, there is a flank coming in though that doesn't have. Go for the post plant situation coming in all three sides. Bye the first to take contact, but it's Bujax and Minotaur who find the picks instead. 6-7 tries to go for what she can, but Minotaur cleans it up. And honestly, I think it was a pretty good round for Crazy Girls coming into this, because all they had was pistols, right? And they managed to knock out all these weapons, almost all these weapons from the hands of NOBEAT here.
One enemy remaining.
But I think this next round is where it's gonna be very important for both these teams actually, because it is gonna be a full buy round here.
That was a huge recovery though from NOBEAT. There was a very disadvantageous position on that retake. They had less people. The guns were at a stalemate essentially, so having them winning that round was massive there. Crazy Girls dealing so much damage, 4 people taken down. Bankai actually pushing up so close, so aggressive, and that dry, slow peek gets her 1 kill. Secret trades it out, should not be on the board too, so everyone down in that lobby position is gone, except for just the 1 player with the spike. Should not be slowly making her way into the site. Nobody's there in A. It's wide open for the Crazy Girls to take.
Yeah, spike plant gonna go down as NOBEAT. They have to prepare for this retake. I think there might be contact here in mid. Bye is the one who wins it out. Numbers advantage handed over to NOBEAT.
Crazy Girls, basically, remember, they basically got equal guns at this point. Lears come out, Paranoia come out as well. 6-7 unaccounted for. They spot her. She finds 1. Blade Storm available. Watch this. Cloudburst up into the right click, but no reset this time after the Jet ult nerf. NOBEAT 3 on the board after that team ace. But I gotta tell you, Grammy, these rounds, they're neck and neck. Crazy Girls, they keep finding as much damage as they could. And it all started with this aggressive push from Bankai. Unfortunately, unable to anticipate that there's 3 people there in front of them.
Last player standing.
I mean, it was a good initial play from Bankai, but unfortunately, just a second pick. I think she might have been able to almost get 2 there, but that's exactly what you want to see from a double duelist composition coming in from the defense itself, right? You want to see the duelists going for these aggressive picks to find the numbers advantage, but this time around though, Crazy Girls already on the site itself. Bankai picks up 1, but Joseph is traded out. Oh, that's the showstopper invested, but it's down to a 3v3.
Oh, bye pushes through the dark cover. They have no clue that she's right outside the door. That's 4th round for NOBEAT, and the retakes here, Grammy, have been absolutely good. Absolutely crazy here from NOBEAT. I mean, every single time they've made it happen, and this time it was bye to turn it off massively. And of course, Bankai refused to go down without finding damage. Getting two before actually finding the dust there meant that they had a fighting chance in this retake. And Bye Bye with this super aggressive play, right as the door was closing, had to make a decision. Is she going to push the smoke or is she going to stay inside the door? Because she did at just the last second, Ain't Sad wasn't ready for it. No beats taking that round, but Crazy Girls still have a round to invest their guns in, but this might be the last one for theirs.
Yeah, and definitely you see a change of pace coming in from Crazy Girls this time around. They don't want to give up their weaponry so easily because if they do lose their weapons, it just means that they have to reinvest and they don't really have the economy to go about doing that. Mid control is the name of the game here though. A Bankai spots out 627. Paint shells come through. 627 manages to get out alive. So dangerous here.
Barely surviving there, but does so. Mid control contested by No Beats of Crazy Girls. Retreating back to the main positions. Spike all the way down to the attacker side spawn though as Minotaur and Buja sped up. They've set up this beautiful crossfire. Let's see how the execute is gonna go with the dark cover here with the lockdown invested as well.
I don't think the owl drone cleared
Yeah, they didn't see.
Minotaur.
Oh no.
She has to get out though. This ultimate
30
in
seconds.
the
Oh!
play. Replay is
Nowhere to run!
They take control of sight just like that. Just theory. You stop a little bit too late there. Secret. Oh, what a wide swing from Ain't Sad. 3K was massive, and the lockdown really was detrimental to that defense there. It was a 3-person reinforcement into sight, but more than spacing the lockdown. It was so deep as well. I mean, you did say the Owl drone did not spot out Minotaur, but because the lockdown was there, she had to leave. She had to leave her position.
Yeah, I think credit must be given to Crazy Girls for playing that really disciplined, waiting until the last second to push in through that dark cover. And you see that in the shadows being invested from Shunabi as well, getting onto the side and making sure no one gets out of the side alive here. And this time, it's NOBEAT who have to go on the eco with sheriffs and specters in their hands.
Cover going out.
Yeah, no beats. Bit of a struggle in terms of economy this time, but Crazy Girls still giving them the respect that they are due. Not really becoming too aggressive. And I would expect No Beat would actually be a little bit more aggressive than this, given they do have a double duelist. Minotaur again in logs. Again, the Owl drone doesn't clear her. Oh, now it sees her.
She's spotted.
Okay. She's gonna have to run away for now. Minotaur, like her best to stay alive. Alarm bot has seen her, but she's still in the far corner to the left, right there by the switch. And they don't want anything to do with her. The moment that they saw the alarm bot come out, they didn't know where Minotaur was. So Crazy Girl is going for a rotate this time, taking control of mid. Dark cover, but the Bye might push up. I don't think they're going to be watching this smoke after they make their way into Cat. It's perfect time for Bye to come out. Jules Savage for the trade. Overjoy uses the resurrect as they make their way into a site. Bye comes out from mid. The Hunter's Fury. Shunabi is up close here. This might not be the best spot to be. Secrets.
10 seconds left.
It's a 2v1 in this post plant.
One
1v1.
enemy remaining.
Spike not down yet.
Spike planted.
Minotaur, perfect timing on that entry. And again, it comes down to the last person here, Grammy. 4 people down for no beats, but they still secure the round.
And I think it was an eco round from them as well. I think there was a cloud burst coming in that just gave Bujax an angle and opening to deny this easy side take from the side of Crazy Girls here, which made their job so much harder, and Minotaur was just able to clean it up. And with this lockdown available, retakes are gonna be so much easier for them coming into this next round.
Let's see. So far, the rounds have been neck and neck, but pretty darned fast here, Grammy. Crazy Girls again off to
Speaking
claim.
of fast,
Yeah. Claim a little bit of mid control. Bye again. Just trying to hold the line here. Nickel Dart only spots one person. They don't clear her, but the TP play doesn't work either. 627 shutting her down means that they take control of market until Minotaur shows up. So back to square one. 4v3. Crazy Girls trying to make their way into B.
that's spike down. Blue Jacks picks up one.
Ooh.
Shinabi for the trade. Still, numbers advantage in the hands of NOBEAT. But 8sad might have a timing. No, she doesn't. She's not looking in the right direction. Seeker is the one who takes her out. It's all up to Shinabi. She can't do anything. Bankai cleans the round up. 6-2 scoreline here for them.
So far, so good. No beats, just waiting for the opportune moment to strike here every single time. Crazy Girls really have been struggling to take control of these sites even.
One enemy
Look at
remaining.
just how deep Secret got into that position because the numbers were just dwindled for Crazy Girls there. Perhaps it's time for Crazy Girls to find a little bit more map real estate before actually executing into sight, because I think that's the main problem with their strat right now. Yes, a bit of tempo is good. Don't have the map control to back it up with. You're gonna have a bit of loose ends to watch out for. And again, it's the same problem this time. Look, if they get flanked here, it's a massively dangerous position to be in. 627 pushing into sight, TP's into sight as well. Overjoy for the trade on Secret, still in sight. Ouija X still all the way up in heaven. Empress is activated. So one more frag and she should be able to get herself into safety. Actually, don't even need a frag. Dark cover is gonna be there. She wants to push this, Remy.
The spike's down. They have to retrieve it. Spots the head of
Oh, no.
627. Oh no! Things look so dangerous. The spike plant is gonna go down to a 3v3 situation here, as the lockdown gonna come through. All these players, they have to make a choice. Push this lockdown, make their way off the site. And it seems like 627 has made hers. Bye-bye though. Good for one. Lockdown destroyed.
Oh.
2v2. Oh. Wow.
Nice attempt there for 627 on the right click, but snappy on the shot. Minotaur
Player
providing cover for bye-bye as she goes bye-bye. The defuse has already been halved. The frenzy's not powerful enough. It's not on the right place. And that's NOBEAT with the stick. Minotaur with the frag as well. 7-2. Man, the retakes here, Grammy, absolutely impeccable for the side
Spike
of
down A.
NOBEAT. Take a look at this as well. Buja just holding on for the longest time. Bye-bye with the nasty shot on the 627.
Last player standing.
At the end of it, well, Shinabi with a decent attempt. But still, a ton of damage done. Remember, that was an eco for Crazy Girls, and
Track them down.
they still took down 4 members from NOBEAT. This is the reason why the game is still so close, despite the rounds maybe not reflecting it. It's because the frags are almost at an equal level.
Yeah, I mean, Crazy Girls, they have to find something. I mean, to be fair, they do have 2 sentinels here, so attacking not their best suit. Already one player gonna fall on the side of Crazy Girls. That's the Sova as well. It means so much less information to be able to be garnered for their team, which makes hitting a site or even trying to gain any sense of map control so much harder for them.
Oh,
And they're trying to get 627 up into this mid position. Bankai might be ready for this though. Spots the shoulder. She's aware. But Overjoy is here. For the backup, it seems to be the mid split. Ending A here. But, whoa, this paranoia
yeah. Perfect
30
there.
stalls
seconds
so
left.
much time for Bankai here. She's trying to
Oh,
hold on, but she's overrun by players of Crazy Girls. Has to get spike plant down, lockdown gonna go down as well to deny this defuse, this retake coming in from NOBEAT.
oh, gotta be careful with the flank though. Lockdown buys them so much time, and Crazy Girls finally this time take a little bit of a slower approach, make their way into sight, get themselves in pretty good positions. And from the shadows, just find a little bit of info. Just finds one person from hell. From hell. Oh, what a flick from 627. Tailwind to safety. Bye opens up the door and says good night. But the retake still halfway done. Half HP left on both the defenders here. Minotaur goes down. It's all down to bye. Overjoy is pushing up. Such easy pickings for her. 3-7 Krazy Girls. This is the reason why I was a little bit surprised that Krazy Girls are taking each round very quickly, because they did say they have 2 Sentinel. Now that they try slowing it down, use a little bit more of that utility, play a little bit more together. It worked out, and this is the type of playstyle I was expecting from them. Finally, they bring it out, and this might be the start of a trend here for Krazy Girls. Perhaps if they continue on just playing like that with a defaulty approach, they could perhaps push us into the 2-round deficit, which of course is the best position they could put themselves in going into the second half.
I mean, I think any round you take on attacking side on Ascent itself is so valuable, because this map is pretty defender sided in my opinion. And with the stalling utility that the side of NOBEAT has in the form of the paint shells, the nanoswarms, as well as the shock darts, it just makes Krazy Girls' side take so much harder if they don't have that offensive power. But I do say though, their entries have been pretty good so far. We see the tailwind coming out from the side of Krazy Girls as they entry out the side, as well as the Shrouded Step coming in from Shunabi herself.
Scanning ahead.
That's how they're able to overrun the site with, despite having lower buys sometimes, they're still able to make the rounds come so close. And as you mentioned, Datum, they are trying to bait out a little bit of utility from NOBEAT here, trying to play it slower this time around. They don't have as much aggressive firepower as compared to NOBEAT, so they have to find these initial picks at the start of these rounds.
Yeah, this is the type of playstyle that I like to see from Krazy Girls. They're waiting for NOBEAT to make the mistake, waiting for them to go in and walk into them. Now they decided to become proactive. Paint shells come out. A little bit of info being what? But Minotaur just a stinger. Enough to shut down Overjoy. Not expecting her in that corner. Now the flank is gone. Paranoia. That signals to execute, but Showstopper is right there! Oh, it doesn't found anyone! Bankai goes down, Remy! Sight is in the hands of Krazy Girls.
That was so close, Bankai. She had a showstopper in her hands, but unfortunately she was unable to deny the side take from the side of Krazy Girls. Now down to 4v4 situation. They did have a rifle retrieved from Minotaur. And they're like, bye-bye. Coming in from the flank again. No. Oh no.
Getting the shot in.
It's the Spectre.
Yes. Spencer and Buja though pushing in from above. It's the fall, the death squad from heaven. Secret good for 2. NOBEAT barely any investment into that round. Just the stingers, the specters. Again, they make the retake work. That's the biggest problem here for Krazy Girls, Grammy. They're unable to defend on this post plant. I mean, barring this fact that Overjoy got shut down, which of course is a massive factor in that post plant. Still unable to hold the line on both the flank and that door position. And that's the recurring theme that I'm seeing. When Minotaur goes down, or rather when Overjoy goes down, they don't have enough of that defensive util on that post plant. They should really reallocate their crosshair placements on that retake if they want to increase their chances against NOBEAT, whose post plant have been crazy good. The retakes have been amazing from NOBEAT here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I think in that last round itself, Overjoy going down was the detriment, the downfall of Krazy Girls. As you mentioned, they didn't have any utility left for the flank, as well as the post plant. But this time around, though, Hunter's Fury invested, but nothing found in secret. In return, responds with a headshot of her own.
Beautiful shot. Yeah, Hunter's Fury used blind there by Jewel Savage. Oh, that is not a blind Hunter's Fury though. Secret doesn't get the tag quite in, but it does buy so much time. Rotate still coming in. 3 people in sight, 1 person in mid. So this B side push might not be the best idea. That's a recon spotting 3 as well. Krazy Girls have to decide right now: do they rotate? Do they take control of mid? Looks like it's going for the latter. Bankai making a way back into safety. It's a tree push. Now Crazy Girls looking for the A site execute.
Oh, the
30
timing.
seconds left.
No! Oh, that is rough for
One enemy
Overjoy.
remaining.
Gosh.
Spike down.
Minotaur
A.
holding the line. Yeah. Yeah, that's just a series of unfortunate events there.
Switching sides.
Oh,
I mean, talking about that last round itself, I think Minotaur played a huge part in being able to just deny so much space from the side
True.
of Crazy
enemy
Girls
remaining.
because she had her utility
Spike
holding down
down
the A
A.
side. She herself was holding this tree position here, and because all the players of Crazy Girls, they were just in a death ball up B main. They had no map control whatsoever to be able to play off of, and we are gonna see the second pistol round of this game itself. Sides swapped here,
yeah, Crazy
coming
Girls.
in.
Crazy Girls have got to win this pistol round. They've got to. Sort of get the ball rolling, get the curse activated here, Grammy. We'll have to wait and see though, because the spike is all the way back deep into A lobby.
Oh.
And this is the type of playstyle actually that I expected Crazy Girls to pull out the moment they went onto the attack. Look at how slow NOBEAT is playing. And look at their player allocation as well. Duelists playing together, Omen and Sova playing together, and that's Killjoy for the flank. This is a standard take here, but until Bankai goes down, 627 is just gonna botch that site take. Both duelists struggling to take control of the site. Buja goes down too. 627 single-handedly holding on to A.
The spike still all the way
Oh
in the
no,
spawn,
Minotaur
though.
didn't see.
Oh,
Okay, should be disciplined. No!
oh no, oh no.
Minotaur! Shot in,
remaining.
8 sat, no,
30
right click
seconds
connects. Okay, it's all down to Secret. Moving on to the spike, it's a 1v4. Does have an Aldro, no armor anymore. Just a classic. And 16 seconds left. There's a chance here. If she gets first 3 kills in
10
the span of
seconds
4 seconds. But no, I don't think so. Not anymore. Just fighting as much damage as they can. Now that they know where Secret is. Okay, she's getting swarmed. Right click. Ain't sad. She's on the hunt. Secret's got to lose the gun. Doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I think Crazy Girls, they know that keeping
Keeping her alive.
Secret alive is kind of more valuable
Enemy remaining.
in their opinion, because in that second, in the other half itself, after the first pistol round, even though NOBEAT, I think they lost the pistol round, they came in guns blazing with the force buy as they're doing again.
Oh,
But this time, Secret doesn't have that weapon upgrade in her hands,
That's
just
true.
because of that economy not working out for her.
yeah.
There.
Oh, I like this play. Catwalk. They're crawling their way up from it. Crazy Girls, all 4 players just outside of tree. No info being made. Look at Crazy Girls. They don't know if they should rotate or not. 3 people here in A site though, so NOBEAT gotta be careful where they tread. Still have 1 dark cover to work with, but the Aldrone comes out. Look at the utility usage. They're looking to breach tree. Aldrone spots out the bulk. Some of the players here, Stingers, Inspectors, just making their noise from the short range. Gunfight, Shinabi. Oh no, that's no place to pull out the paranoia. Joe Savage has to help her teammate,
The
but Bye Bye
knife.
finds a knife. Huh?
Last player
And
standing.
Overjoy finally here to the
Remaining.
party. Bye Bye thins the herd. It's a 1v1. On. Just ready. Yeah. Bye Bye. Just taking on the fight head on. Crazy Girls back on the board. They deny this time the force buy. Be sure it came down to the last player, but they won the round.
Last player standing.
Bye Bye got a
Enemy
knife.
remaining.
I don't know how that happened, honestly. It's just
I-
everyone had a Spectre and a Stinger, and somehow Bye Bye finds a net kill. How does that happen?
But I really like what NOBEAT is doing here, though. You see, in the past 2 rounds, they've actively tried to go for this mid control,
Mm.
which is pretty important for a map like Ascent. You want to have that mid control to be able to freely choose where you want to go. And this Sage, the Barrier Orb, is good for denying a mid B split. So this time around, NOBEAT, they don't really have the guns to work with.
They
So they're taking
don't.
things a little bit slower. And once again, you see this mid control trying to be established by NOBEAT, and on the other side, Krazy Gurls, they don't have as much information to work with. And they have to keep a couple of players on this B side itself.
Look at Minotaur.
Minotaur. This feels like deja vu. She's been playing here in defense,
Yeah.
and now she's here on attack.
All she has to do is make a bit of noise. Find a frag maybe. Draw a bit of attention towards that B site. To open up the A position where the teammates are at. And there you go. Minotaur is not going to help Secret there, but she finds a straggler. 627 goes down. 8sand on the hunt. It's a 1v1. Look at just how
Last
awkward this
player
fight is. 8sand finally going down with a one tap from Bye Bye. Now it's Jules Savage. Ooh, okay. What a shot anticipating Bankai there. This is actually doable here, Grammy. 2v1.
Revealing area.
Yeah, and Jules Savage still has her half armor as well as a Spectre in her hands. And on the side of Nobi, though, they're not really playing together, which I think would have been the most optimal play. But if Bye Bye can get a timing here with her Sheriff,
Uh-oh.
Not ready yet.
Jules Savage. She knows one person is in main, so she can go for the 1v1.
One
She
enemy
gets
remaining.
bonked, but still full HP. Jules Savage taking matters into her own hands. Diffuse. Getting stuck to half at least. And the swing is perfect. Jules Savage has got the timing down. And the spike diffuse. The clutch done and dusted. Krazy Gurls put themselves to 6.
that honestly that
Last player
looked
standing.
so dangerous for the side of Krazy Gurls there.
One enemy remaining.
But fortunately, she was able to win it out.
Yeah.
And coming into this next round, it is gonna be
There.
footballs for both the teams with an operator in play. In mid, I think they want to try and deny this mid control from the side of NOBEAT here, but it is gonna be a fast B hit this time around from the side of NOBEAT. Already making their way onto the side itself.
NOBEAT with the conditioning. They've been pulling out the default time and time again. Now they go for the rush. Krazy Gurls caught unaware. Especially on the gun round too. Perfectly timed here for the NOBEAT gang. Now Krazy Gurls, first time that they're going to be going for a 5-on-5 retake, so they have no clue how NOBEAT approaches this defense. Puja from up close. Uh-oh, they don't clear her. Winter Secret good for 1 and 8sand. Uh-oh, can be seen through her ponytail. Puja X holds the line. And everyone else contributes as well. No beat. Double digit, 10-6 and Krazy Gurls. Well, they're back to the 4-round deficit.
Yeah, that was a round coming out from NOBEAT. They completely caught.
Remaining.
They completely just caught Krazy Gurls off guard, and I think with this timeout coming through for the side of Krazy Gurls, they have to take a little bit of time to discuss what exactly is it that they want to do coming into these next few rounds to try and deny the match from going the way of NOBEAT here. And NOBEAT, with their double duelist setup, in that last round itself, you just saw the strength of that double duelist. The composition, because of the Raze and the Reyna making so much space onto the side that Krazy Gurls just aren't able to respond at all.
And as I said, it was part of the conditioning that NOBEAT has done in this attack. Every single attacking round, they went for a default slow approach and then at least one flanking member. This time they went all in. Quick side take, Empress abound as well. And Krazy Gurls had no choice but to give the side away. They had to run off because, well, they're getting swarmed. There was, what, 2 people, 3 people at most in B side. against the blunt force of 5 people running into you with utility getting pumped into your face. I mean, not really much else to do but run away, right? So Crazy Girls
Yeah.
back to an eco this time. Shorties abound. And Crazy Girls, well, I think this reserved playstyle for them at some point has to be challenged. At some point has to be questioned. Especially now when they're on the eco rounds. They should perhaps look to bring the fight into the hands of NOBEAT. Maybe go for a double swing down in A, but no such thing this time. Just a shorty shenanigan, but Overjoy quickly dealt with by Minotaur.
And that's the Killjoy utility going down on the side, on the B side itself. And APAC has so much work to do here. Might get cleared out by this Owl Drone. They know she's here. Bankai sashing her way onto the side itself. And then Recon Dot just completely denies information. Bujax
Spike planted.
picks up the kill in mid. Should now be get spotted out as well. And this retake is looking so difficult. For the side of Crazy Girls here is Bankai. She doesn't care. She's just going for more with blood-thirsty eyes. Picks up 2 in a round. That's 11 points on the side of NOBEAT.
Yeah, flawless here for NOBEAT, Remy, and it's starting to look, well, it's looking scary for Crazy Girls now. Playing up against Match Point.
There.
And they gotta be...
One enemy
Are
remaining.
they allowed timeouts here? I think if they're allowed timeouts, they should be going for it now. I mean,
I think they just took a timeout like a round ago or something.
did they? I don't think so. Anyway, if they are allowed to take timeouts, they should do so at this point.
Party's over.
Oh my gosh! 627 with a nasty frag. Okay, Trade stopped that kill from the other side, but okay. Spots out a headshot. Spike still in the base here of NOBEAT in the spawn.
I think NOBEAT might have expected aggression to come through. You see the positioning
True.
of Bankai up there. Able to find one. That's a Sova down as well, and that means no information on the side of Crazy Girls. They do have the resurrection to work with though, but I think NOBEAT is gonna
How do you-
completely deny
Yeah.
that
How do you get
space from being
close?
taken.
How do you get close from this? Tell you what though,
4
one
players.
is not clear. 627 right
They might
there.
not know.
They don't know, Grammy. They don't know.
Shadows traveling.
Are they gonna clear it, Grammy? I don't think so.
I don't think so. She might have the timing to work with here. Finds the first, but can she find anything
Wow.
else? Yes, she can.
Down A.
But it's locked down. Oh no.
Yeah, she goes down either way. Tries, nice attempt there. Crazy Girls though, off of that man advantage that their teammates have
I have the spike.
gotten. The resurrect as well. Spike retrieved. 14 seconds. She has to go for the plant here, but Buja is all alone.
Spike
1v3.
planted.
She has to dismiss Empress, but no luck. Overjoy shuts her down. And Crazy Girls, they don't need no timeout, Grammy. They're just gonna reset. They're gonna play aggressive. Get themselves to 7-11.
Just like the shop.
Spike down.
She was
A.
ready for the
30
pop-off
seconds.
too, and then bonk, detained.
Spike planted.
But I mean, that was a really good round coming in from Crazy Girls and 627 especially. And with this change of pace, I think they're gonna kind of switch back to their normal defense default though. No more aggression coming in, but will they be able to deal with this 5-man push coming in from NOBEAT is the question. Just 3 players on the side itself, already following up behind this Owl Drone with the Empress going onto the side. Off the back of that showstopper, but
Oh.
oh my god.
How did 627 find that frag? Joe Savage with a
down
blind
A.
recon as well. A blind Hunter's Fury at that. Gets 2 from the get-go. Crazy Girls starting off with a stellar defense until Buja uses that Empress with 1 frag. 627, that of the duelists. Nice swing, but Buja X anticipating that crouching peek. Uh-oh, she's in a bit of trouble. Still gets the frag. How is this possible? But Overjoy quickly ends her of her dreams as Buja X go down and Crazy Girls up to 11. They're making it close. Grammy down to 3 now. They're crawling back up. I think they're starting to break No Beat's bank as well. I think this is the round where No Beat goes for an eagle.
Our spike's down.
Yeah, I agree with you. That shot from 627, I can't get over that. Overall, a really good round coming in from the side of Crazy Girls, but they did invest 2 very powerful ultimates into that, the Lockdown as well as the Hunter's Fury, so... Oh, actually, they still have money. Nobody still has money coming to this next round itself. And if they can just tip the balance here, deny this round from the side of Crazy Girls, they'll be on match point. Early information, no one down A.
Yeah.
It's a fast mid hit.
Oh, they still have their guns, actually. Perhaps this might be the last round that they could afford. If they lose it, after, of course.
Oh, that was kind of unfortunate. You Savage just takes damage at the wrong time as Ain't Sad. Kill himself. It's okay, Minotaur though. Picks up the first. And then from the shadows coming in.
Wow. Okay. 6-7 from behind. Oh, she finds the opening and Overjoy capitalize off that distraction from 6-7. Again, Crazy Girls thin down the herd to 1. Bye-bye only has a Guardian here, Grimmy.
And this off angle from 627 doesn't expect Bye-bye to come from mid though. She has a weapon upgrade. Not gonna go for it. Oh, she's playing at stairs. Oh,
Wow. I'm liking the confidence there from Bye-bye. She walked around, what, 3 Vandals? Still didn't get an upgrade. She wanted to use a Guardian to get 1 tap, but time just didn't work out for her. Paranoia went down just as she took the spike. And that defense, actually, it was looking pretty good for No Beat until 627 came in from behind. When 627 pushed up from mid, Overjoy just popped off. They didn't know where to look. No Beat didn't know where to look. Are we going to look into sight? Are we going to reinforce the back? They just ran into sight, into Overjoy's waiting arms. Now timeout is going to come out from No Beat. Not Crazy Girls, but from No Beat. So they can feel the pressure now, Grammy. They know that a comeback is very, very more getting more and more likely after each and every round from Crazy Girls.
yeah, I mean, with this round, I think No Beat, they have to go on the eco. But we've seen them frag on low buys and eco rounds as well. So I think they might be cooking up something up their sleeve here.
Let them cook.
Let them cook. You see the
Perhaps.
pings coming out on the map actually. It seems like they want to go for a mid B split.
Swarm grenade.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Unless.
Time for a field test.
Sending 1 player to flank again. That's
Actually, no, they're
Minotaur.
forcing.
Okay. Operator though. Oh, how do you get that shot in?
Shoulder.
The mini flick from 627. Wow. Okay. First time to bring out the operator in this game. 627 looking to make a massive impact with this, Graham.
She's aware. She knows that Nobi, they love to play for this mid control.
Wow.
She finds the second death, another duel is down. Bankai falls. Information garnered though, but nothing can be done at all. Ain't sad. 2 players lurking up mid. But Ain't sad finds the timing on the first. Trade unable to come through, denied by the slow orb. It's down to the 2v5. So much to do. Secret has to go big here. Finds the first, Ain't sad, but Overjoy, same position as last round. Making a way back onto the site itself.
Scanning ahead.
Nobi, they have to
30
regroup
seconds
here
left.
though and hit the site. But reinforcements already coming in.
One enemy remaining.
Is Shunabi in from the spawn, and Overjoy all that time has been in boathouse of Crazy Girls. 10-11, No Beat shut down, but it's this Operator 627. Look at those couple of kills that she got. Those were 2 mini flicks. And after those 2, well, frags from her, NOBEAT was like, nope, I ain't walking through that operator. I'm
I
not
think
going into A site.
with
Nope.
both the duelists getting knocked out by that operator, they have lost. They just lost their firepower, their
True.
entries onto the site itself. This time though, the read not so good coming in from 627. It seems like it's gonna be a fast B hit coming in from NOBEAT. Overjoy has so much to do on the site itself.
Targets destroyed.
Can she make a miracle happen? But the cavalry's here in the form of Shinobi.
Satchel out.
Go. Headshot doesn't connect. It's ain't sad to take them all down. Operator doesn't connect either, but it doesn't matter. Bye-bye is here though. 2v2, Remy.
Last player
Shinobi
standing.
picks up Secret. Crazy Girls again. Cover going out. Making things happen, making magic happen. Bye-bye doesn't have the spike. Oh, it's all the
no.
way down in logs. How can she get this?
This is dangerous.
Can't use that yet.
Overjoy using the turret to gain information instead. It's gonna get smoked
30
off.
seconds left.
I think we might know where she's playing now. With that smoke coming in. Flick.
Biometrics.
That's rough. Bye-bye, unable to even get that one frag.
Everyone note down
It's
your
11 to 11
observations.
now. They've
Let's
even
run
upped
it.
the scoreline here, Grammy. Out of nothing, it felt like.
Spike down B.
4 to 8. Or 3 to 9, actually. Not 4 to
Curse,
8.
as you said, curse activated.
Yeah. Wow, Crazy Girls. Defense is absolutely beautiful here. Double Sentinel definitely paying off. And of course, gotta address the elephant in the room. 627's operator is just a massive headache. And on top of NOBEAT consistently forced buying, they refuse to save. It's been 3 rounds in a row where they force bots. So they have to make it work now. They literally have to make it work now. Otherwise, they risk playing against match point.
They
Without
do
any
know that the
guns.
operator is here
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's true.
Oh, the sound. The sound. I'm still thinking about a new bundle, honestly.
You're gonna get it?
I mean, I have the Phantom.
You have the Phantom. How is it? Do you like it enough? I mean,
You should run.
you gonna buy the whole bundle after the Phantom or no?
I don't think so. That's a lot of money.
It is. That's true. Here we go,
You
though.
know what else is a lot of
Execute.
money? The operator.
True. Operator now making its way towards the site. So it could be a full-on retake here, Grammy. 5v4. Crazy Girls. This is a spot they haven't found themselves in 5 rounds in a row. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Oh, spotted out. The operator Bankai. She's aware. The Bladestone's gonna come through. 627 finds the first.
Oh!
Oh, what a shot!
For you.
But they haven't cleared out Minotaur though. Making things work from his position in main. Finds another kill here, denying this defuse from coming through, but
Wait,
she can't stall for
wait.
that long.
Do they have enough time?
I think they do. They
They
do.
do. Oh my gosh.
My
Okay, they kind of got me worried for a second there. They were looking for the frags and no one was defusing. I thought Crazy Girls, wait, hold up. Maybe actually defuse this? Turns out they could. And 627 again,
Sample your tech in my
leading
lab.
that charge there at the Blade Storm and an op. Look at how she got those couple of kills.
Last player standing.
Gets a frag, instantly switches back to the Blades and into the op for a 3rd frag on the board. And if you were questioning just how effective an op could be on that retake, 627 is like very effective. Watch this.
Very effective. Actually, watch this because of the Blade Storm too.
True. And now look, NOBEAT, because they kept force buying, they're playing against match point with barely any assault rifles. This is not a place you want to be in, especially after such a dominating first half. To be this deep without guns, it's really, really tough to take.
647 boosting up in his aggressive angle, but space is completely denied by this Odin here. So dark cover fades. Showstopper invested into this round itself. Will 627 be able to hit another shot? That's the question here. Minotaur and Buja, they're the ones who find the picks.
Shorty. Oh, straight into the face of Bankai. She still got an off. 627 gets another frag. How is she doing this? With the lockdown. Buy them so much time. From behind. Bye-bye. Goes down. It's all down to Secret. From up close and personal, has his Bulldog and the spike. And Insat is ready for that swing. 13-11. Krazy Girls turn it around. Secure the first game of the day.
What a great first game that was, honestly. That the comeback was insane, and 627 on the top of the scoreboard with 321 ACS. And bye-bye Buja. Not too far behind as well.
Yeah, that was a showing and a half from 627. The moment she got that up, she just started shining and never let go of that operator, quite literally. Until the end of the game, she was holding on to the same operator. I mean, credit where credit is due. That was a very, very good attacking half from NOBEAT, but just unable to come back after the attacking half. The defense, just not their forte. You could see, well, the retake were absolutely amazing, but they just couldn't hold the line against a Krazy Girls that was going crazy. 627 was just a completely different beast in that second half. Credit where credit's due, well, they kept Minotaur down. Minotaur kept looking for opportunities to go for the flank and perhaps look for an opening from behind. Bye-bye as well. You can see them doing that so many times. But the Krazy Girls, they were ready for it every single time, it felt like. And
I think on the on the Krazy Girls attacking side itself, they weren't as ready. As you could see from Overjoy's utility, she didn't really have that flank watch available for the team, which led to them getting caught out a couple of times, but they turned it around on the defense itself. Overjoy, in that one round where she was holding from stash, with that pinch coming in from 627, I think the whole team pulled their weight in making this comeback possible for them. And they are going to be advancing into the next round of these upper brackets.
yeah, it's not the end of the day here for NOBEAT, though. They will be dropped down into the lower bracket. Well, they're going to be facing some other team to perhaps get a chance to go back into this series. But Krazy Girls, congratulations. They will be advancing into the next stage. And that is the first game of the day. Such action-packed match already here, Grammy. And we almost went into overtime. Can you believe that? The game felt so fast, but we almost went into overtime. I mean, that's Academy for you. We will be showcasing 2 other matches, guys. That's just the first game of the day. So don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with the VCT Game Changers Academy. So don't go anywhere.